And we're starting tonight with exclusive new video. This shows the moments before a DoorDash driver was allegedly shot by an official in Orange County. Our Blaze Gomez is standing by State Police headquarters tonight in Middletown. And Blaze, what are authorities saying?
Nikita, well, everyone wants to know what the motivation could be in all of this. And tonight, State Police said they are looking into the possibility this crime was motivated possibly by hate. But first, we have that exclusive video to show you, showing the moments before that driver was shot. The 24-year-old Dasher was lost when police say he was seen here Friday night in Chester, going door to door with a bag and his cell phone in hand. We traced the Dasher's steps to get this video from one of the houses he went to before police say he was shot in the Valerie Drive neighborhood in Orange County.
He did stop at our house, and I thought maybe my wife had ordered DoorDash. He didn't seem to speak that good of English.
Authorities say the victim ended up at this house, where he was allegedly shot multiple times by Chester Highway Superintendent John Riley and hit once in the back inside his car while trying to leave. Riley is facing assault and weapons charges. Authorities say the victim drove home to Middletown for help while seriously injured and bleeding. The Dasher's family didn't want to talk on camera, but told me his cell phone was dead and that he stopped at this gas station along the way to charge it, enough to tell them he was shot. State police say evidence shows the Dasher was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
There's nothing to indicate that the victim had any nefarious intentions. He was just out there doing his job.
The Dasher's family says he moved here from West Africa about 6 months ago and had only been a DoorDash driver for a month. They say he remains in the hospital in serious but stable condition. That's the latest here in Middletown. Blaze Gomez, News 12.
A spokesperson for DoorDash says they're devastated by the, quote, senseless act of violence. Chester officials, in the meantime, say Riley is an elected official and cannot be fired by them.
What's up, guys? Back with another one. Trying to get my little cardio on. So, after watching that video, obviously I don't condone what the guy did by discharging his weapon without being threatened, but I do want to put myself in his shoes. You know, what would I be thinking if I didn't order anything? It wasn't Amazon, it wasn't any DoorDash or Uber Eats that I ordered. I have to put myself in this position where, like, what would I do? Everybody can say what they do in that predicament, but let's just imagine if you were in a predicament. What I would have done is, you know, obviously I would have had my weapon locked and loaded, ready to roll, but I would have allowed the person to come to the door. Even if that made me uneasy, I'd have been looking through the camera, talking through the camera, just to see, you know, if this person's story checks out. Now, a lot of you out there probably saying, no, I wouldn't let him up to the door, but, you know, I don't know. That's, like I said, it's kind of sticky. It's kind of a messed up situation all the way around. You don't want the person on your doorstep. But obviously, you don't want the person, you don't know what the person's there for. So, like I said, I would have let the person explain to me what their dealings was on my porch. This is all through a Ring camera or some sort like that. Yeah. So tell me what you guys thought. I looked at the video and was like, man, what would I have done? That's crazy. And the reason I looked at it like that is because I live overseas, and I've had conversations about moving back stateside. So the first thing that comes to my mind is like, oh man, I need to get this weapon, I need to get this type of weapon. And I'm thinking like, man, I'm living in fear. And the funny thing is, one of the comments from the video where I got the footage said that this guy must be living in fear. And I thought to myself, yeah, he must be, because I would be the same way. Somebody pulling up at my house at night, threatening my life, my family's life, taking away stuff that I've worked hard for. I don't know how I would have dealt with it. And that's why I'm always trying to keep myself in some sort of shape and able to handle myself in a certain situation. You know, so what would you guys have done? Would you guys have let the guy on the porch and talked to him or her through a camera, or you would have did something else, or you would have did like the guy did in the video? Let me know. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue doing my cardio, which I don't feel like doing. I hope you guys can hear me over this treadmill. But yeah, I just want to pop on here and tell you guys, get you guys' opinion on this guy shooting this dasher in the back. I don't think he died, but I think he's injured. Yeah, so you gotta keep yourself in shape. You gotta keep yourself mobile, especially the older you get. Speaking of that, you have to make sure you're building muscle and not just doing cardio. Cardio is needed, but you have to build muscle too. And I find it hard to try to get at least 120 to 150 grams of protein in every day, so I have to supplement it. And this is what I'm using right now to supplement my protein intake, because it's hard trying to eat that much. I got a lot of respect for bodybuilders, because trying to eat protein all day, every meal, it's kind of hard. So I've been supplementing with this muscle milk protein powder, 32 grams per serving, 280 calories for 2 scoops. So that's what I'm using for my supplementation. So you guys, let me know in the comments what you would have done if that was you, and I'll catch you on the next one.